Okay. So you said you made your way downstairs.
Yeah, I'll make my way downstairs.
Okay, so you walk down this absolutely magnificent staircase. Like the staircase is probably as wide as your bed, and your bed's massive. You walk down, and there are various family portraits of current and past families. Wallpaper, very old style. Lots of flowers, lots of like purple flowery stuff. You can tell this family really loves the color purple because the purple pretty much shows up everywhere in the house. I would assume that would be something to do with the family crest.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, lots of purple, lots and lots of portraits. You come down to see your parents, and you see the butler. Your butler sort of leaning down and serving them their breakfast. Your dad has a very, very large breakfast compared to your mum. You have a very, very similar breakfast to your mum. I think. I mean, the only thing she doesn't have that you do, she probably has 2 glasses of champagne instead of 1 with hers. But your dad has quite a hearty breakfast, and your mum has quite a smaller breakfast. If you want to describe your parents, you can.
Yes. So
and the butler, if you want to.
Yeah, well, so my father, Duscus, is tall. He has long black hair. He's very well built. He's might have gone to seed a little bit over the past couple of years, but a very strong high elf, and he's sitting at the small little table outside, having his breakfast. My mother, she has a sort of someone might look at her and think of maybe some kind of weird demon sort of creature. She mostly looks human, apart from 2 long horns that go down, which she has plaited with her long black hair. Sorry, no, long red hair. It's my dad who has the black hair.
Yeah.
Despite it literally being like pretty soon after sunup, she is wearing an evening dress and lots of jewelry, bracelets and pearls and things like that. And then finally, my butler is, has a very short black moustache, slick black hair. He's wearing. He's not incredibly well built. He looks like, completely fine. Like does various workouts, but isn't like a bodybuilder or anything like that. He's wearing black.
So he's built like a taller Paul Rudd.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. There we go.
And he's wearing basically like a black tuxedo with a very light purple shirt underneath, and like Colin Firth.
Oh yeah.
And they're having breakfast. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So you see them sort of chatting amongst each other. Your mum kind of looks over to you, notices you, and sort of lifts her glass of champagne up to you and gives you these eyes, like she knew what happened, but she's not telling your dad. She lifted a glass up and giving you this look. It's like, I know what you stole, but it's your first day of school. I'll let you have it.
Listen, I know what you fucking did.
I know what you fucking stole.
I'm going to sort of like bite my lip, and I'm just going to sort of like look my eyes to the right, and then like after a second just glance back and nod.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So are you gonna go talk to them, or?
Yeah, I'm going to sit down with them, and I would imagine be going through my itinerary of the day, and saying, yep, I know how I'm getting there. Everything will be just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So, you sort of go over to see them, and you should just sort of talking to them about how. But so you don't really know how the school really works, but you know how to get there, and you know that you're going to be giving You're going to be given tours and everything when you get there. Ashima kind of goes, "So, did you sleep well last night?"
Well, I had some strange dreams. Yeah, I had a strange dream about. Well, there was fields and there were 7 cows, and you were there. Sorry, it's. I say that to the butler. You were just sort of there, standing amongst the cows, just saying moo.
Well, that was that's definitely
riveting.
That's definitely not on my job description.
Oh well, it was quite entertaining. So,
well, I'm glad it woke you up at least. At least you didn't sleep in this morning, or shall I give all my thanks to Delilah?
Yes. Well, perhaps if we can add it to your job description, then that would be most entertaining.
And he sort of just like goes, and then kind of like looks at your dad, and then goes, "I think I'm gonna go get my own breakfast now, if that's all right." And your dad sort of goes, "Yes, no problem."
Bye, Jenkins.
Have a good day at school, Aurora.
Thanks.
And he sort of just walks off. Yeah, so your parents are like just like they go through like their normal morning stuff. Where, well, this music took a turn. So they're sort of they're looking over mainly like their family finances, things like that. Your dad's looking over that while your mum is sort of giving him hints here and there about stuff. And they sort of just chatting amongst themselves, and then they go, "Ah, yes, we forgot to give you your acceptance letter." As she sort of hands you this, like. They actually kept it in a small case to not crinkle it. So you have like a small case envelope kind of thing. Essentially just to prevent bending. Kind of like a top loader, but for letters. And hand you it. So she goes, "Remember to give this to the people at the front gates."
I will do. I've got everything right there. Oh, by the way, that transaction, I'm going to notice a transaction on finance, which is
just
which
gonna
is
below.
right.
Yep.
Which is one which I made and haven't told my parents about. I think that one's actually just I think that one's a mistake, because if you look, the next one is the same price. So I think you've just written down that transaction multiple times. So just might as well get rid of the top one.
And so your dad sort of, his eyesight isn't the best, I would say. So he sort of like has this monocle as he like twiddles it, and like looks down and goes, "Ah, yes. I didn't notice that before. Thank you." And he's like, and then like you realize that he's really hungry, so he finds it out. He just scribbles it out, and then he just starts munching on his breakfast. And yeah. So I think your mum's gonna kind of look and go, "I know we're busy a lot of the time, but I just want you to know that we're really proud of you."
Thank you, Mama. I'm going to miss this place. You know, so big and there's still so many rooms I've never been in. But you know, I have to learn. I have to understand, and I have to be ready to do new things and meet new people.
Hello.
I'm sure you'll make friends right away. I mean, you at least have your dorm mates.
Yes. That's going to be entertaining.
And your mum sort of gives you a wink, and then as your dad is looking away, And she goes, "Write to us, yeah?"
I will. As often as possible.
Amazing. Anything else you would like to do before you go and say your goodbyes to Delilah?
I'd probably have a little bit more to eat because I'm feeling quite nervous at this point.
Okay. So you probably asked the butlers and they would just fix you something up.
Yeah.
Would you join your parents?
Yeah, I would have some meals with my parents, and I imagine we'll have a conversation about like you know those cringy conversations that your parents have with you about all of these really awkward moments in your life, and like how that they're like we're absolutely not surprised that you're making it to this place, but you know there are these
we're surprised.
moments along the way where it's questionable.
I thought you were talking about like the birds and the bees, and I was like, "Are you really having a conversation with us now? You're like 18. Like that would just be cruel if they gave it to you that late."
Son, this is a condom.
Oh my god. Yeah. So you have some last few conversations with your parents. It's sort of like a goodbye, where it's like you're spending as much time with them as you can before you leave. Delilah fixes you up your food. And you probably have like an extra croissant, an extra apple. Like, would you have something a bit more heavy? Anything else? Any meats?
I think I would just randomly decide, hey, could I get some crumpets and bacon?
I'm gonna try that combo out tomorrow morning. That sounds
Honestly,
really good.
Honestly, very good.
I've never tried it. I've had pancakes and bacon.
Not in the microwave.
Oh no! Well, I'm not sick, am I? Yeah. So she sort of brings out these. You know how like a regular toaster crumpet looks like? This crumpet looks like a buttermilk pancake. It's massive. And she brings out two with like the biggest. Because with the amount of land that you own, you probably rear your own cows. So these portions of no, not cows, pigs, and these portions of bacon.
Yes.
Yeah, I literally just realized. I mean, there's beef bacon, but yeah, you get my point. So these massive bacon pieces. They're essentially gammon, and they fill your plate, and you. I reckon you'd finish it if you're nervous enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably demolish it. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I also probably didn't eat very much last night.
Out of nerves.
So yeah. But like, I'm not willing to actually show any of it. But I'm, you know,
That's
I
fair.
think Mum definitely knows. Dad probably hasn't noticed.
Okay, cool. So, yeah.
That's
so you sort
dense.
of have your what?
The dad must be dense.
He's not dense. He just
Dense.
he probably seems
He's thick.
he probably seems like he does a lot of the
Double C thing.
you know, like the more important
I
things around the
retract my
house.
statement.
He probably seems like he does more of the important things around the house. Where in like likelihood, it's probably Aurora's mum doing most of it from behind the scenes, with him just going, "Ah, yes, it's this." Yeah, awesome. So you sort of have your moments with them. You know, you just having been a light conversation. You know, like reminiscing about when you were younger, and they're like, "We always knew you'd do great things." You know, things along those lines. And then you sort of go to gather your things. Like, so, for all of you, the Strixhaven school actually transports all of the bulk of your belongings out to the school themselves. So you can bring very minimalistic things, because everything you would need will be brought to them for you.
Question the legality of that, but go on.
It's magic. It explains everything. Aurora, your family, as prestigious as they are, probably don't trust the school system, so they probably have somebody shipping it out themselves as a private thing.
That would probably be Robert.
Robert? Yeah? Is that your butler?
No, that's the stable
Robert.
boy.
Oh, the stable boy, of course. So, as you're eating outside with your parents, you sort of look out to the side as you see Robert, if you'd like to describe him.
Okay, so, imagine, like, Robert Patterson.
Why was that in my head? That was in my head. I watched the Batman like 2 days ago, so it's still fresh.
Except he has like sandy blonde hair, sort of, and yeah, incredibly, you know.
Robert Pattinson, but not as edgy.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
not as edgy as he is in the Batman. Yeah, it's a bit difficult.
Like, I'm thinking like Cedric Diggory, Robert Pattinson, sort of.
Have you seen that have you seen that meme about him? He spent 14 years to pull of Batman by being known as the guy from Twilight.
I feel so bad for him.
God damn it.
And yeah, but wearing mostly very practical clothes. He's probably been at work for a couple of hours already, so yeah.
Awesome. So you see him like sort of walking. So you're kind of on a patio area with sort of overlooking the garden. There's a pool off to the side, and you see him walking up from the other side and going, "Aurora, are you leaving today?"
Yes. Will you miss me?
Yeah, of course. We've been working with this family for years.
Well,
Of course I miss you.
Delilah.
Huh?
At least you'll still have Delilah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna miss you.
Yeah, I know, but
No.
there are two of us. You know, you can spend more time with her instead now.
Well, I'm gonna have to now, aren't I? Since you're leaving me.
Not leaving you.
The guilt.
You
the
are.
shame.
You're leaving me as he like crosses his arms. Well, I hope maybe like one day we could have been, but I have to leave.
Ah, well, what a shame.
I'm sorry, I must have violently laughed into the camera. That is brutal. Well, shame, bitch.
Oh, what a
Oh
pity.
my god, that was
It's
beautiful.
just a good job that I'm not the only eligible girl here.
I mean, if you're gonna deny me like that, I guess you've got a point.
You had to be savage with it.
And he sort of like takes off. He's got like a peaky cap on, and he sort of takes it off and like.
By order of the what?
He's like, what? The peaky blinders. And he he dips his cap and says, "Well, good luck. I wish all the luck to you."
Thank you, Robert.
As he
You have a
walks
good one.
back. Oh, sorry.
And I'm gonna quickly kiss him on the cheek, and I'm going to walk away, and I'm not gonna look back at him.
That sounds comfortable.
As you walk away, he blushes and says, "Ooh woo." No,
Like canon. Can we get that right?
that is canon.
That's canon. That's canon.
Oh, by the way,
Write it down, it's in notes.
I did link
Canon
to...
has. Can we agree that Canon has the universal power to make things canon whenever he likes?
Yes.
Right,
Let's
so
go.
I did actually make if anyone wanted to, I've made a shared notes section. I've sent it to each of all the emails that you guys gave to me. I've sent it.
Connor.
I've sent it to those emails.
Yeah.
Basically, there's a Google Docs where you can write notes of whatever happened in the sessions.
Yeah.
For me to refer back to because I'm terrible at taking notes as a DM. So you sort of walk back into the house after you finish talking to your parents. You feel like you've said your goodbyes properly, and you walk in, and because your parents are quite busy, you probably know that you're the closest with Delilah in the house. Probably, as you sort of walk back, and she's like turned away doing some like menial chores, and she turns back to you. She sees that you're like getting ready to leave, and she's wiping tears out of her eyes. So she turns around, so like trying to dry her eyes. She goes, "Oh, Aurora, how are you? Are you off?"
I think so. But remember, this is just goodbye, not farewell, right?
Yeah.
Wipe those,
Sound
those
the same
tears
thing?
off.
What tears? And she's gonna roll a stealth check.
The first roll of
The first roll, she's rolling a stealth check to
Yeah.
hide tears. Do you want to roll me
Oh
a
my
perception
God.
check? Is there natural 20?
Oh my god.
Is there natural
No.
20?
It
Shut up.
actually is.
Show me on the table.
Show,
Show me on the
show.
table.
Yeah.
Move your ice cream off the table,
It's
John.
not
We've
full
got
of
more.
cereal.
No, sorry, this dress is short as fuck. I'm not.
Delilah rolled a nat
I
17.
believe it.
So if you actually nat 20'd, I'm gonna be an upsetty spaghetti.
Hey Siri, open Messenger.
I don't know why I find that so funny.
The one way
click
to
the icon.
the
I
one.
couldn't find
Yeah.
it.
No, he just wanted to
There's a
show off
search
his new
section on the
iPad.
iPad as well.
I just
Right, so while John has some technical difficulties, how everyone in
photo of the Nat 20 for the
I
edit.
put
Yeah.
it in, I put it in the Facebook chat.
okay, everyone in chat, how are we liking the session so far? If anyone wants
The
to,
intros are dope.
wants to check the intros are dope, aren't they?
That Nat 20 looks a bit staged, man. I'm not buying it.
That now 20.
It is perfectly
it's
placed
also
between that wire and that
perfectly.
fucking tablet.
Exactly, that's a bit too much for anyone who can't see it in the chat. I know you'll just
Like
be able
every
to see a
time he
massive
have a Nat
white
20s
screen.
or she have a Nat
Yeah,
20s
that's
in the
not
session,
working.
it's literally just gonna be pasted back. Yeah,
Yeah, so when the video
problem with
for the
this
stream
is
is
that-
eventually uploaded, you will see a picture of a Nat 20 just popped in.
Here's the thing, though. If this Nat 20 essentially means that nothing happens. If you get a Nat 1 or fail, doesn't that mean that she, like, fucking just, like, pours rivers out of her fucking
No,
mouth?
no.
you just don't notice in that case.
Right. So
So
she's
that's a post check.
yeah. So essentially,
you'd have to-
she's crying and she's rolled a stealth check to try and hide the tears. So
Yeah.
if he Nat 1'd to see her wiping her tears.
How
then-
heavy is the flow?
Then like he goes blind, and no, when you Nat 1 looking at something, no,
Just doesn't
so
notice it, just completely
yeah,
insensitive.
he doesn't even know where he
So-
is. He forgets he's in his own house. So Delilah rolled a 17. Nah.
Yeah.
So she's trying to hide her tears, and you're like really perceptive. You sort of like look around, and you see he's like, you can easily see her tears. She's like trying to wipe it away. She's like sniffling and stuff.
So I'm going to I'm going to look around, like pat my pockets, realize I haven't brought any handkerchiefs with me. So I'm just gonna glance around. I've noticed my my acceptance letter in my hand, which is being kept pristine this whole time. Just gonna
Yeah.
take it out, wipe some tears with it.
As you try to, she goes, "It's okay, I already had some." She like holds your arm back, but then like you try and push past it anyway. She's like,
Yeah, I feel like I just sort of tilt my head.
And
like
she goes,
at her.
"Okay," and then she sort of like allows you to wipe the tears out of her eyes.
Yeah.
And she sort of like looks at your parents. Your parents like blatantly glare at her. She goes, "I don't care." She just goes in for the biggest hug ever.
Yes.
It's like it's not like usually she doesn't care if it's unprofessional. She's like she will not let go.
Yeah.
And this hug lasts for 30 hours. No,
I am.
It lasts for 3
hugging her very
seconds.
tight.
Yeah.
And I'm just sort of just reached that point where I'm just sort of like there. I'm smiling. It's not even really that sad. I've come to terms with it now, and I'm just really glad that I get to have this hug with this, this amazing friend of mine.
Absolute mad lad.
And this is not going to be the last time, because I swear, Scubs, if you kill her, hands will be thrown.
Hands are thrown if I kill Delilah.
Yes.
This is going to be
So
really
just
good.
comes on.
This is going to be really good for the stream. We're gonna, you'll have like I'm good. We're gonna join the YouTube boxing. Yeah.
What versus Logan Paul?
John, do you want to box and we'll stream it? Let's bung off the session. Let's go and box.
That would be quite short, I think.
Yeah, I'd get knocked out in about 2 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'd get cleaned.
I mean, the setup would take ages to get there because
Yeah, that's true.
you gotta go like cross country.
What are we talking about? Ages. That makes me uncomfortable. I've been spoken for like 20 whole ass minutes by myself.
Oh my god, amazing.
Right.
Yeah, so like you give her like one final hug. You sort of like make your way out, and it takes you 20
I'm gonna
minutes
kiss
to
her on the forehead as well.
Yeah, okay. She's sort of like trying to hide her tears, and see your parents like looking on, and like where your dad would kind of be a bit, like Delilah has to maintain a professional approach. When like if he ever noticed you two being very friendly, he'd go, "Now come on, Delilah, do your job." Whereas like he's noticed it, he knows how close you two are, And he does know deep down, but for his image he wants to protect it, but he's allowing this hug to happen wholeheartedly.
Yeah. When that hug concludes, I'm just gonna turn over and look towards him.
Yeah.
Also, remember what I said about a pay rise for.
Oh, of course.
Oh, shit.
And he actually has a pouch of gold on his table that while he was working out his finances, he's actually working out how much to give to Delilah. And as you leave, he goes over and actually there's like a lot of pockets on her maid costume, and he actually just slips into one of the back pockets because he knows she'd be too nice to accept it otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you notice that as you leave, and he gives you like a wink. It's like a whole moment. Oh. Yeah, so I think at this point we're gonna take a quick break.
I was gonna say, bro's gonna get pink eye if he keeps winking.
Yeah. Oh my god. Amazing.
Oh god.